Now, the next step is to create what we call a marzipan pie or tort. I believe Martina referred to it as a torta. And it's not a pie like we think of a pie. Basically, it's a nice, flat, thin disc of marzipan. And it's usually iced or painted or stamped. It may have little candies like candied seeds and whatever stuck in it. But you'll often hear it referred to as a marchpane. So the second step was to create the marchpane. I took a sheet of rice paper, took a cake pan, traced a circle, cut it out, and set it on top of the rolled out marzipan and trimmed it out that way, and then kind of did the flip, you know, like you do. And then I started to decorate. For the marzipan tart, I used my silicone mold, and I also had a cookie stamp with a laurel wreath on it, very convenient. I used the silicone mold to create a border. I did add some color directly to the marzipan and did the border in sections. I also used the stamp to make a rondelle with the laurel wreath on it, and I made some smaller little decorations. You see the round decorations in the mold, and I made 6 of those for decoration as well, using the colored marzipan. And then I let that dry and I painted. I painted directly, you know, on the laurel wreath. It was white, you know, so I painted the gold and green. And then I picked out the highlights on the little rondelles and on the trim. Now the way to attach these items, and you can see all the finished items in this image, the way to attach them is to dip your finger in a little water and just put a little moisture on the torta itself and on the back of, you know, the rondelle or whatever you're trying to stick to it. And especially if you got something big and heavy, I like a little reinforcement, like with that laurel wreath. I took just a smidge, not even a pea-sized bit of marzipan with my wet fingers and just kind of worked it to make it sticky, and then smooth that. There's a little extra glue to hold those pieces in place. And once those pieces were placed, then I got out the paint brushes and started painting a design, and just trying to go Renaissance. You'll also notice that the edge has like a little stamp or crimp, and that's something that is suggested in a lot of the text. They either want you to raise the sides like so it looks like a pie, you know how you crimp a edge of a pie crust, or in some way, you know, make it ornamental, you know. So I took an orange peeler, one of those plastic ones, and mashed it around the sides. It's great fun. So when that was done, let it dry for a little bit, took a picture. You can see the finished product here, and then the two side by side. Like I said, once they dry, they're pretty indestructible. Now, I wouldn't take them to an event with high humidity without some kind of protection, because you know once they get wet, the colors will run, the stuff will get sticky. It's still good to eat, but not so pretty anymore. But if you take care of them, they can last a really, really long time. I hope you've enjoyed and perhaps taken some inspiration for your next banquet table. Here's a final look at the 2 pieces that were created. First, the heraldic ram. There we go. And the marchpane. And yes, it has stuck to this dish. Now for me to tip it, this was the sticky marzipan. Thank you for watching.